Hey chat rats, it's me, Primetime 99 Pimp on a Blimp. Just hanging out, drinking a little paint like I do before every show. I like to huff a little bit, and I just sitting here in the dark and I just kind of relax and I just think about everything that I did today and just how I can improve on my mental health and my physical health and try to raise my vibrational energy. So that's why I like to hang in here in my office. I have plenty of light bulbs. I don't like to use them though, because I like the darkness. That's where I breathe the most creativity. So I'm just huffing paint for you guys. Huffing, huffing, huffing for you. Huffing, huffing for my muffin. Huffing, huffing every day. Huffing, huffing makes you gay. All right, we got a great show. I wish Jimmy didn't know where my office was. This is my secret office, but he knows. He knows what I do on here when I'm alone. And now you do too. All right, let's start the show.
My grind so refined, I got no time for no games. Ask yourself why would I make time for you lames? At all costs, cause I'm a boss. But break them off, yeah, gotta break them off.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Primetime with Alex Stein. I'm your host, Alex Stein, and tonight it's kind of a somber evening because we made a huge mistake yesterday. I didn't make a huge mistake, but a very powerful person on my team made a disgusting error by trying to pit two enemies against each other for clicks on the internet. One of the most disgusting things that anybody could ever do. I couldn't imagine doing that. So tonight, I just want to give my sincerest apologies to both Eric and Ethan for the disaster that happened. And I also want to bring on my attorney and my representative in this case. You know him as Darius P.
Morning.
Good morning, Darius.
How's it going?
Not that good. Did you see we had a big debate planned and Jimmy messed it up? He didn't tell the guests and they felt that they were bamboozled into a battle that they didn't sign up for.
Damn. Didn't get the memo. That's horrible, though.
Did you ever watch the show?
Of course. But I mean, I missed that portion somehow, though.
You did watch it, but you just missed that small part.
Yeah.
You're such a good attorney. You always say the right stuff. But, yeah, I don't really have much to say. I didn't do anything wrong. I've never done anything wrong ever on this show. I mean, literally, I'm infallible. But that's neither here nor there, other than my fire issues and some of the sexual stuff that we've done on the show, feeding good bananas. Other than that, I would give myself a B+ on behavior. What would you rate my behavior?
The same. So which fruit might be next, though? A pear, an orange,
Which fruit? You want me to feed you?
Yeah, of course. I love pears and oranges.
We got in trouble for that last time. I can't feed you stuff anymore.
You feed me another,
I'll feed you some more crap.
Yeah.
You're hungry, aren't you?
Of course. Oranges, pears, tangerines, nectarines.
What about an eggplant?
I hadn't considered an eggplant, but okay.
You know what the eggplant emoji means?
Yeah. Well, I'll try it.
All right.
It's rather tasty,
All right, Attorney Presley over there. We want to get to my soon-to-be-fired producer. I know he wants to make a statement about the mistakes that he made.
Okay, well, it's been a very stressful 24 hours. And so if you live under a rock, yesterday we advertised that we were going to have a debate between Ethan Van Sciver and Blaze's own Eric July. And we had to cancel it last second, right before the show. And both sides were, talking about it online. A lot of drama, a lot of people. I tried to explain it briefly at the beginning of the show, but we were kind of frazzled. So I will give you exactly what happened. So last week.
Oh gosh, this is already boring, Jimmy. Why is it when you talk it's so damn boring?
Okay,
literally everybody wants to know about the drama. They want to know why you caused this and why you would pit Eric July, an employee at the Blaze, against his arch nemesis Ethan Van Sciver, who I happen to be friends with. But go ahead.
Okay, last week Ethan Van Sciver reached out to Alex, said, would like to come on the show.
We were on a mutual podcast, yes, and we agreed. Hey, come on.
We said, fantastic. He's very popular. We will book
He's got
him.
a great channel. He's an incredible artist. We're big Ethan Van Sciver fans here. We really are. He's only been nice to us.
No, we genuinely are. He was on the show in the early days, but so I DM'd him on Twitter. I followed him on Twitter last week. I hadn't followed him before then. So we booked him.
I think he had his account taken down or something too. So I don't know. Maybe you were following his old one.
Maybe.
Go ahead.
But anyway, this past weekend, he started being critical of Eric July, who is a Blaze colleague.
Well, he's been critical of Eric July for months if you've been paying attention.
Yes, but I have not, because I didn't follow him until recently, and I don't follow the comic book stuff. But anyway, we saw he was being critical of Eric, so we were like, okay, well, we would need to address this because it's a Blaze colleague. How do we go about this? So, and I'll bring up the text. So there is.
Oh God! Now you're sharing text messages.
No. I'm just reading exactly what I said. I just don't want any room for a misunderstanding.
No, leave a bunch of room. We want that. This is the best thing for our show ever. Now everybody's talking about it, and now they don't know the real reason. So really, we don't want to give them the real reason. We want to be very vague.
I'm gonna say everything so we can never talk about this again. So we wanted to reach out to Eric. So I said yesterday at 11:15 a.m., I texted Eric, hey, Eric, this is Alex Stein's producer. We're having Ethan Van Sciver on the show today, but we were wondering if you wanted to come on the show as well. You can join via Skype if you don't want to come in the studio. I know y'all have been beefing online, so I think it would be a good way to set the record straight. Let me know if that works for you. Thanks. A little back and forth. Eric was hesitant. And then this is what he said. Interesting. So the goal is to platform him and have him talk about myself. Seems like an obvious, purposeful move to just go on a platform that I obviously contribute at to talk down about me. And I want to talk. Ethan wasn't even going to talk about Eric on the show. He wanted to promote a new project, but since Eric is a colleague, we obviously had to bring that up because it'd be kind of awkward not to. But so I responded,
we were going to defend Eric.
Yeah. So this was my next text. Alex is obviously planning on defending you, but we thought it would be better if you defended yourself. The purpose of the show will be to figure out the beef, and if it can be settled, not to fan the flames or talk shit about you. If you're changing your mind about coming on, you're welcome to appear today. If not, let us know if there's anything specific you'd like us to bring up that you haven't already discussed online. And then eventually he said, "Okay, I'll come on." And meanwhile, we had not told Ethan any of this. Ethan was completely in the dark. And that's
we had a little bit of a Josie, Bryson Gray situation because that show was a hit, one of our most successful shows.
Yeah,
so
well,
we're kind of trying to
in hindsight, we should have hit both Eric and Ethan up sooner. But anyway, from Eric's perspective, it looked like we were trying to like ambush him, surprise him, had on this guest that we knew was going to talk bad about him, and then the day of, 11:15, text him, hey, you want to come on and defend yourself? So from his perspective, it looked like we were kind of strong-arming into it, and it basically kind of was a bad look. And
for you, a bad look for you. Well, and Jimmy, we're losing viewers. I'm watching this. Our numbers are going down on this board.
I'm trying to explain everything.
No. Let me explain something to you, Jimmy. You're a dumbass, okay? You have a mental issue. You went to Princeton, so you think you're so freaking smart. Now, George, take the wide camera. I want to show everybody
I have to finish the explanation. Because we want to be clear. Ethan found out because we tweeted the logo, and I thought we had told him, but there was some miscommunication. So Ethan had nothing to do with this. He didn't do anything wrong. Eric didn't do anything wrong. It was just a poorly set up trying to get to debates. I did all the things wrong because I was trying to basically address him criticizing a Blaze colleague, and it just all went bad. I handled it poorly. I apologize to both Eric and Ethan, and hopefully we never have to talk about this again.
All right, George, is that camera hooked up, the middle camera? Let's just see that one. Show this. So now you guys probably see on this beautiful. No, this camera's probably pretty good.
Okay, but I have to say one more thing. Just there was one other thing go online. So like after internal discussions, after we realized kind of how it came off to Eric and it looked like a setup from his perspective, we just decided to cancel it because it was like too much drama and it just was coming off bad from all sides. So that's why we decided to cancel it.
Well, now let's go to this little screen right here. If you'll notice on this screen, you're going to be able to see a picture of Jimmy. Now, this is a compilation of Jimmy's worst moments on the show. This is him constantly messing up the guest name, how they purposely spell things,
The what part on scene is my favorite though, when Danny Saint got revenge.
That's when he got revenge. Yeah, he beat my ass because I was calling you by your birth name, which you're ashamed of. You're not even allowed to use. So now I want to show this camera, Jimmy. Because of you, this is what we're gonna get. This is what happens, Jimmy, when you mess with the freaking Blaze, and you mess. Get up, Darius.
Should Darius move?
When you mess, Darius, sit on here. Sit in my chair. This is what happens when you mess with Primetime 99 Alex Stein, Jimmy. This is what happens. I'm going to wait till you're on the screen. Darius, put your hat forward. This is what happens when you're a bitch ass like this. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you. I'm sick of this crap. This is what I'm sick of your dumb ass, Jimmy. Freaking always messing everything up. Jimmy, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. It's just bull crap. Take all these wires out. I don't want to get shot. But I'm sick of this. I'm sick of you always sucking at your job. This stupid ComicsGate bullshit. I mean, seriously, give me a freaking break. I'm sick of all this drama constantly causing me headaches. Do you understand that, Jimmy?
I do now. I didn't yesterday, but now I do. I learned my lesson.
Okay, now get back in your seat.
And again, sorry to Eric July and Ethan Van Sciver. This was my fault. Neither of them did anything wrong. I was just trying to make good content and thought it'd be a good discussion, and I totally and completely failed and poorly communicated with both sides.
And I don't even think we gained any live viewers from me smashing that TV. So.
No, we gained, we were at 796. We gained 1.
I'm out of breath now. Okay.
Oh, we got a super chat.
Ooh, for how much?
Oh gosh.
How much?
This is $20. Steven Fernandez says, "Fire Jimmy. That's the message. You read this, Jimmy."
Oh, and I want you on emails, start putting you're the assistant to the producer.
Assistant to the
You understand that?
Yeah, suck it, Jimmy.
Assistant to the producer.
Okay.
Say it with me.
Assistant to the producer.
Not assistant producer.
No. Well,
assistant.
I can get promoted to assistant producer, but right now I'm assistant.
Yes, you could.
To the producer.
You possibly could.
Okay.
Almost impossible, but possible. Basically impossible, though, really. So how are you going to start your emails and direct messages?
Jimmy, assistant to the producer of Primetime with Alex Stein.
Does that sound good to you, Darius?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
What do you want to say to his dumb ass? Say something to Jimmy.
Jimmy. Wow. Did you not get a long enough winter vacation? Christmas vacation?
Yeah.
You know?
No, it was the perfect length.
Okay.
Something's up with Jimmy.
You might need another week.
Another week of
what if
vacation?
you do need another week, Jimmy? You might need another week to learn how to fix some stuff. Jimmy, doesn't that sound nice? Another week, Jimmy? Another week? You can just watch TV all day? Another week? How does that sound, Jimmy?
I need to go back on maternity leave.
You think they'll let me return this to Best Buy? Jimmy? How about the $8 warranty?
You know what? Actually, that would be a great video. Just try to return that to Best Buy and see what they say.
All right, I'll have Darius do it.
Just say you have the receipt. And it's just and have it be a KFC receipt.
I'm sick of this damn TV. TVs are messing up society. Ha! All right, so do we have a CBD ad or anything?
We do have an ad. It's Manscaped.
Oh, we liked Manscaped. Okay, great. Cheers to the new year from our friends at Manscaped, because your resolutions shouldn't be the only things that are well kept in 2024. 2024 is a time for new heights, new opportunities, and a new look for your Times Square balls. Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is every man's cheat code to look good, feel good, and turn the page on confidence this year. Whether you're looking to maintain a trim or go for that full clean-shaven look, let me tell you something. This trimmer has you covered. It's trusted by over 10 million men worldwide. Now is your time to get a grip on your grooming with your exclusive offer. Go to manscaped.com and make sure to use the code ALEX for 20% off plus free shipping, guys. Happy New Year and happy new balls, right? So, if you want your balls shaved tight and you want to hit that you-know-what right, you don't want too much friction for your little sex mission, go to manscaped.com, get 20% off and free shipping with that code ALEX at manscaped.com, because nothing says Happy New Year like a deal that leaves your balls and your budget feeling refreshed. Embrace a new you, and definitely embrace a new trimmer, courtesy of Manscaped. How are your balls, Darius?
Nice and smooth, nice and smooth.
And you use Manscaped, right?
Not yet. I mean, I'm just.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, but I am.
use
starting
it
tonight.
Tonight, you're going to shave your balls. You're going to film that, right?
Yes. Yes.
Jimmy, are we going to play that on the air, him manscaping his balls next week?
Absolutely. Imagine the views. I mean, we'll renew that sponsorship forever.
Put it 1 or 2 in the chat. Actually, I want them to know, do you guys want to see Darius manscape his balls? We'll blur it out, but I want to say, I don't know if, don't be too sexual in the question because I don't get terms of service, but ask something like, would you guys like to see a video of Darius manscaping his dongle sack?
Okay, I'll put that in. I don't know how much they'll like that.
Well, it's yes or no. They might love it. I think they might not want to see it. I kind of don't want to see it, Jimmy. I think I might throw up.
I mean, a lot of people are commenting dongle.
No, they're not. Are they saying dongle?
Yes.
Darius, are you ready to shave that dongle?
Uh-huh.
Oh, God.
Even though I just have a little fine baby hair, so I really don't have much to shave, But, I mean, I've got hair, but I'm just saying it's, it's really fine. And
you have the hair of a baby on your penis? Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, sort of,
Do you have
I won't say a baby, but, boyish, We'll say boyish, not baby.
Do you have a man's penis or a boy's penis?
Man's penis, but then
little baby hair.
Boyish hair, Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, that's it.
Because it's funny, because I have just the penis of a little boy, but the hair of a homeless junkie. Thick, nasty hair.
Wow.
That's why I use Manscaped 2.0 Ultra Trimmer, because this thing's looking good. When I trim it, it's like losing 15 pounds from my genitals. So go to manscaped.com, use that promo code ALEX.
Wee wee.
All right, is our guest ready?
No, we have caption contest.
Oh my gosh! Okay.
It's my
Jimmy,
favorite
who's in
part.
it? I had to go to Rhode Island, so you're gonna need to clean all this up. You realize that, right, Jimmy?
You know what? I'm just gonna take the L and go. Yes, Alex, I would love to clean it up. I'll clean it up with my mouth, so it cuts my tongue.
Correct answer. Darius likes that. Why do you like that so much?
Not because he said mouth.
What?
You didn't get it. He said mouth instead of mouth.
Oh, that's the urban way of saying it.
Yeah.
Mouth.
Peach fuzz, peach fuzz, peach fuzz, peach fuzz.
Peach, pear. How do you drive? Pears, Peaches Park.
That's it.
Oh, and speaking of, Ronnie can only watch a little bit of the episode. She got her new job at Hobby Lobby. Ronnie, we're thinking about you.
Shout out Ronnie.
Shout out Ronnie. Go make those big bucks, and if you can steal us some arts and crafts, send them our way, because Darius loves arts and crafts, right, Darius? All right, now let's get to the caption contest. We got to get to our guest. This is me, Darius, and I'm paintballing my genitals. I'm doing my own Manscaped version. So let's see these. Let's run through them real quick. Number 1.
At Flip Sides, when you just need to feel something, anything.
Anything smooth.
Number 2.
Supple.
At No Gamble, No Future. This is how Big Mike proves it.
Okay, that's true.
All right, number 3, Willy Wonkanobi. This is a metaphor for hiring Jimmy.
That's true. It's me shooting myself in the dick over and over every day when I think about hiring Jimmy. Okay, number 4.
Number 4, the DNA stops here.
Okay, those are pretty good. 1, 2, 3, or 4. I'm thinking I like tres leches. That means
I think 3 is the runaway winner here, but we'll still let the people choose.
Yep,
because this is a democracy.
Are they still saying dongle? I'm not even looking at the chat. Or they're over the dongle?
No, now everyone's just commenting number 3. So
okay, so they did, but they still do. We did get a confirmation they want to see Darius's dongle though.
Bunch.
Did we get confirmation?
Okay, yeah, a lot of dongles.
All right, thank you. They want to see the dongle. All right, now, guys, we have an incredible guest. She is the co-host of Steve Bannon's War Room. She's young, she's smart, she's outspoken, and if I believe this is right, and I should have probably done a little research, I think there was a Netflix show storyline that they actually stole from her. So we're going to get her side of the story right now by welcoming on the one, the only Natalie Winters. Natalie, what's happening, my friend?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm glad you bifurcated my segment with the caption contest so I didn't have to come on after the Manscaped ad.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
You're welcome, because that ad is disgusting, but we're very thankful for their advertising dollars. Okay, no, but tell us real quick. We got a lot to talk about, Natalie, but wait, what was this? I saw you had a viral tweet. We should have pulled it up. But wasn't there a Netflix episode you were on a radio show and then they made a Netflix storyline that was similar to where they called you a white supremacist because you said that the women shouldn't get abortions or something? I mean, basically something normal. What's the quick story real quick?
Sure. Well, you should have done your due diligence, but I forgive you. I grew up in Los Angeles. I went to a high school that was basically filled with the children and grandchildren of like the Hollywood elite. So it was a horrible experience. But the producer of the show, Dear White People, I don't think it's still around because it was so cringe and horribly written. But for the second season, they actually ripped off my experience in high school for their pilot episode. I had joined a podcast episode sponsored by our high school called Right on Point. And I said a few hot takes, we'll call it that. And they portrayed me as this like alt-right neo-Nazi girl. And if you look at the opening segment of that show, they cast some white chick to be me ranting on a podcast talking about like immigration and race stuff. And apparently what I said was not okay. So I was the inspiration for the second season of Dear White People.
I love that story. Wait, now, Natalie, that is awesome that like you became a villain, not even realizing it in a Netflix story. Yeah. Okay, so tell us a little bit about LA. How do you become conservative growing up in LA when everybody's like, drinking kale and like transitioning their children?
Well, I love kale. I will say
I like kale too. I like kale.
It's great.
I'm a vegetarian. I'm actually a plant-based pimp. So, but go ahead. This isn't kale talk. Sorry.
Okay. No, I think there is an interesting overlap between the health and wellness culture and sort of the alternative media stuff. But the high school that I went to, people may remember Operation Varsity Blues. It was when all the kids were like photoshopping themselves on the rowers and their parents were paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to get them into college.
What, you went into that school but see, I'm actually on those parents' side. They should have gone to jail. But so you were at the famous school where a lot of parents were donating all this money and they were fake rowers. Like they were getting rowing scholarships or rowing nominations.
Yes.
And they'd never even rowed in their life.
My classmates. So it was my year that scandal broke. And like you said, if you have a lot of money and you really think it's important to have your underperforming child go to Harvard, like knock yourself out. But I had gone through years at that school, Harvard Westlake, of having my morals and ethics attacked, accosted because I supported Donald Trump, saying I was a horrible person because I didn't support affirmative action. And meanwhile, these people were paying to get their kids in the back door, right, into these elite prestigious schools. And even though who cares about college admissions at the time, it was a much bigger deal to me. But I think it just sort of made me realize how hypocritical the kind of elite ruling class here is in the United States. And from then on, I think really made me realize that, as you so, eloquently articulate, it's not Republicans versus Democrats, but it's average Americans versus sort of the uniparty elite. And that's definitely what Steve's worldview is. And that's what we talk a lot about at War Room. So I was blessed by a lot of things to kind of end up in the War Room world of stuff. But yeah, crazy LA people and immigration too, really, I think will red pill you quite quickly.
No, and I'm telling you, Natalie, you're very well spoken. You're smart about the subject you talk about, and that's why I think Steve obviously recognized your talent. But when you come to like I guess this conservative media world, it's really, isn't it kind of annoying though too? Because like this is my point that you're saying right versus left. A lot of these conservatives, they act like they have our side. And they're rhinos like Dan Crenshaw and, Nikki Haley. I'm just saying, really, both sides are crooked. I mean, how do you fight that? Because I know Steve is obviously, a conservative guy, but he knows better than anybody. Half the conservatives are all frauds. So what do you think about all the frauds that call themselves, oh, they're on the right, but really they're they're not conservative whatsoever?
Well, the funniest thing, before I ever got into conservative media, I remember when I was in high school, I was like, oh, I would just be lucky to get a job at Breitbart News. Like, conservative media is so competitive. Everyone's so smart. And then I realized, like, no, everyone's so dumb.
Everybody's dumb.
Everyone's so dumb. No, I say that respectfully, but
we're not as dumb as CNN or MSNBC, though. We're dumb. We're not that dumb. Sorry, go ahead, Natalie.
Yes. No. But you're so right. And I think controlled opposition is probably the best way to frame it. But I think, people give War Room a hard time. Oh, you guys are such a conservative show. We spend most of our time ranking on Republicans. It's very rare that we actually attack Democrats. And frankly, if you really go to the kind of origins of Breitbart and what Steve had done with his media career, it never was to really create a platform or a voice in the media to go after the left. It was to go after these weak, feckless, spineless Republicans, because I think they do more damage because they give us a false sense of confidence, right? When we have the congressional majority, at least in the House, we think, oh, we can actually do something on the border. Oh, we can impeach Joe Biden. But when push comes to shove, we can't even cut the salary of the CISA director who's actively censoring conservatives online, because so many of these Republicans are bought and paid for, whether it's big pharma. In the case of Ukraine, you see all these defense contracting, these lobbyists, the funds going to them. And oftentimes, a lot of my reporting has to do, like you sort of alluded to, with the Chinese Communist Party and their infiltration efforts here in the United States. 9 times out of 10, honestly, they're partnered up and working on behalf of establishment Republicans, not even Democrats, because I think if you really get to what motivates rhinos, they have nothing motivating them except money and greed and lust for, power and control, right? They don't have backbones. So they're a lot easier to compromise, because as crazy and deranged and as anti-America as the Democrats are, at least they stand for something, which is hating America. But I think these rhino types are a lot easier to sell out. And I think we need to be very wary heading into 2024, 2025, when the kind of Kevin McCarthy's of the world depart Congress, which good riddance. But I guarantee you, they're all going to become lobbyists. They're all going to set up their lobbying shops, because they can't start podcasts because no one would listen, right? No one cares what they have to say. And it'll be only a question of if they lobby for, Pfizer, Ukraine, or China. And I think we really need to be cognizant of that and sort of start sounding the alarm, because Kevin McCarthy as a lobbyist is a very scary prospect. I can only imagine the millions he will rake in.
And that's the only reason he had power, is because he was so good at fundraising. So that's why he's definitely a double threat. So, and we want to start off by saying stop Asian hate, but you criticize China a lot. My co-host, Darius, I don't know if you can show all three of us. Darius, he actually was kicked out of a bodega in New York City by an Asian man. And so he's really, what are your feelings on China after that?
Fuck China.
No, do not say that. Do not say anything about, we're going to get terms of service. And Natalie is not saying that. She probably respects the Uyghurs, the slaves.
I'll go torch it solo.
Do not do anything. Just because a guy thought you were shoplifting in a bodega, you're still mad at China?
Well, it's more than just that,
Okay, all right. But listen, he's going to get his kicked off freaking YouTube. All right, so Natalie, you're a young woman. What do you really think about the future? I mean, I bet it has to be hard. I don't know what your dating life is. I don't know what your marriage status is. But I'm just saying, is it hard to date? Is it hard to start a family in this day and age? I'm scared to start a family, because they're going to go to school and the teacher's going to try to, give them gender reassignment surgery, or give them a book that teaches them how to have sex in kindergarten. Like, what is it like? I guess, what are your goals in life? Do you want to become a mom? Do you want to be a political pundit? Do you want to be a talk show host? Like, what do you see for your future, Natalie?
That is a good question. I love we're already getting so deep. What my thoughts on the future are. I would say it's pretty bleak, but conversely, I think they want us to think like that, so we're scared to have children. Mm-hmm. So it only sort of self-selects for the weirdo climate change types who are going to have kids, or maybe they won't because it's bad for the environment. But dating is difficult. I'm back here in Los Angeles for a bit. I also have a place in DC, which I guess honestly it's even worse there.
Where, in DC or LA?
I think it's worse in DC because everyone just wants to network.
Yeah.
And everyone always is just texting me trying to get on War Room, and I'm like, no.
Wait, slow down. No, this actually, I want to know this. So they're like meet up with you and they'll say, oh, hey, Natalie, let's go to dinner. But really, they're trying to get on Steve's show. Shut up.
No, it's not even that. Like, I don't really entertain. I don't date in DC. I've learned that lesson the hard way. But it's more just random men always texting me trying to come on War Room. And it's sort of an insult to my intelligence because they think if they couch it by being like, hey, you know, what's up? Like, I have this crazy story, like trying to get me to invite them on because I sometimes host the show and I get to book my own guests. So I always am like, just say you want to come on the show. Just be direct. But no, the dating stuff, you know, even though I guess I'm an anti girl boss. Like I hate girl bosses, but I have unfortunately been thrust into obviously an influential media position by working with Steve. But I love my career and I'm the diversity hire in the War Room. I'm like the only woman on air.
I think every TV show needs a hot girl. So I don't know if that's diversity hire. I think that's just production 101.
Hey,
But
Natalie, Natalie.
What?
Well, on the topic of dating, I actually edited together a video for your dating profile, so this can help you score some hot
What
dates
is
if you
this?
want.
What is this? I don't know if I like this. What is this, Jimmy?
All right, we're pulling.
Jimmy, what is this? What is this video, Jimmy? Did you hack Natalie's thing? Jimmy, why is she flipping like that?
Just keep watching.
Jimmy, what is going on? It looks like she's jumping in a skirt on a trampoline.
Her Instagram is at Natalie G. Winters.
Jimmy, this is going to get us to terms of service. Jimmy, wow. Is that, what is this from, Natalie? Wait,
Okay.
what is this?
So I love, my favorite thing in the whole entire world is a good trampoline park.
Me too. I love
and
it.
I went to one. They're so fun. And I was having a horrible day. I was like over DC and I went to one in Maryland. I was like, I think the only adult there who wasn't with a kid, and I went with one of my friends, and it was actually a very ethnically diverse group of people too. Like,
Wait, have you never been to a trampoline park? It's all African American and Hispanic, the ones here, and that's God bless their soul. Yeah.
I had no idea what to expect. So it was me and a bunch of kids and young boys who were just looking at me like, oh my, like, what the heck?
I know what they were looking at, Natalie. I know exactly what they were looking at, honey. I know.
I had always wanted to do a flip. But I was always too scared that I was going to break my neck. But that day I was getting out of a relationship and I was like, you know what? I am not holding myself back anymore. I am going to do what I want to do. So I just went for it and tried to do a flip, and it like sort of worked. So I posted that. I think I captioned it POV red pilling kids at a trampoline park, at least on Twitter. But it was so much fun. And when I go back to DC, it's like the first thing I'm going to do when I get there.
Wow. So. Well, that should help you make some connections on Bumble or Hinge.
Don't show the camera on me. Keep it on them. But Natalie, Darius, he might DM you asking for your number.
Do not.
After.
Okay.
Don't
do not.
It.
Yeah, show us three. Do
my
not.
My lap and arms are always available.
Do not
Visit
message
Dallas
her.
at your earliest convenience.
And Natalie, do not go to the trampoline park.
Help me get past, my midlife crisis.
And you want to go jump on the trampoline with her while she's wearing the skirt and she's wearing the low cut?
Hell yeah. What natural man wouldn't? Shit.
Darius.
Gummies.
Natalie's
coffee,
a classy lady. I don't want to bring this up, but Darius, he's famous.
Smoke a few joints.
No, she doesn't use drugs. Why are you trying to get our guests on drugs?
It's not drugs. It's
she doesn't drink. She's like Trump.
Like Trump.
Trump doesn't drink or do any drugs. That's why he's so successful.
Who gives a fuck about Trump?
What? She loves Trump.
Trump can go to hell.
No, do not say that on the show. This Natalie's like
the most evil and treacherous.
Natalie's boss is like Donald's best friend. Shut up, dude. You're gonna get us totally screwed over, dude. Do not say that. We love Donald Trump.
The trampoline park date is canceled.
The trampoline park date is canceled.
Donald Trump.
No.
Darius, Ron DeSantis better?
I'm getting that. Yeah, I'm going to get the paintball gun, Darius, if you don't say I love Donald Trump.
No. Y'all can love him all you want to.
Darius! What? Darius, he helps everybody. But Darius...
He hasn't helped me.
That is true, but, Darius does believe that Michelle...
Or my kind, she is.
Shut up. Tell her about Michelle Obama and what you think about him.
Well, Michael's not much better, you know. Two sides of the same coin.
You see this gun?
Two sides of
Natalie.
the same
Paintball gun, paintball gun.
Natalie, this is a paintball gun. Hold this, hold this. This is for him treating you bad. I'm gonna shoot him. Can you see this?
I can.
I'm gonna shoot him.
Thank you for defending my honor.
This is defending your honor.
Oh my gosh, that might go.
You know,
I'm gonna shoot one of his in his leg.
This time next year, I've given up on women. You know.
Wait,
my heart and mind can't.
Are you already
take much
gay?
more
What do you mean you're
rejection.
giving
No,
up?
I mean, you know.
You went to a glory hole.
I'm not gonna
Tell
turn.
Natalie about the time.
I'm not gonna turn gay. I mean, I'll just be straight tricking. You know.
What does that mean, straight tricking? What is it?
Okay, we have
You know what straight
5
tricking
minutes
means.
left with
Don't play
Natalie.
Yeah,
Can we
we
not
don't
talk about glory holes?
All right, sorry about all this, Natalie. This show
Glory
went
holes are the best.
really off the rails. Okay,
Miss 'em.
so now let's get into some nitty gritty. Let's talk about some serious stuff. So you oftentimes host the War Room. You are the host. You do a great job on there. Steve is obviously the main host. Tell us a little bit about the War Room and have you guys had some you guys obviously very popular show. A lot of people watch it, but what is it? You guys were kicked off YouTube. How have y'all been censored again? I forget what happened.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's actually rare to ever see me on YouTube, so I hope you guys don't get banned or get another strike because we're banned on YouTube, we're banned on Spotify. Steve, metaphorically speaking, said that Fauci's head should be on a pike.
No, we love Dr. Fauci. We're not even speaking metaphors. Everything
Exactly.
Dr. Fauci does is great. We love you, Tony. Thank you so much for how you handled COVID.
He's the best.
I'm on my 5th booster, and I am boosted. And you know what? I didn't want to do it, but I got a free cheeseburger, and it was worth it. So, Natalie, for all of you anti-VAXers, it was great. I am impotent. I don't have the ability to get an erection anymore, but that's neither here nor there. That's one of the good side effects, they said. So, you are on a controversial show. What has that been like as a young lady? Have you had any kickback on being, let's just be real, Steve is a controversial figure. What is that like telling your friends and family that you work for a guy that's best friends with Trump, got Trump into the White House, I would say. So you could argue that Steve's one of the most powerful people in America.
Well, being underestimated, I would say, is one of my favorite things in life. And most people who meet me assume that I get Pilates instructor. So you can imagine how their mind blows up when they finally find out what I do and that I'm Steve Bannon's co-host. But it's super fun and it's sort of a nice, easy way to weed out people that I don't want to spend my time with, the ones who can't handle it or disagree. But I will say, a lot of people, I think, don't really understand who Steve is. He's obviously depicted as a, racist, sexist, misogynist, evidenced by the fact that he hired me. But like I said, it goes back to what I was talking about in the beginning. I think a lot of people really just don't get that Steve is not just railing against Democrats, it's railing against the uniparty. And I think that that's a message that so many Americans can unite behind. And it always makes me really happy when I leave a conversation, whether it's with an Uber driver or the person I'm sitting next to on the plane, who's a far, far, far left radical. And they're like, oh, actually, we do have some similar, takes on taxation or on the global elite or on what they're doing with the origins of COVID. So it's a really cool job. And Steve is the best person to work for. He's my only real boss that I've ever had. So it's a unique resume, I would say.
Okay, 2 questions. Tell everybody before you go, She's So Right is your clothing brand. So tell the people how they can find you and how they can support you before you go.
Thank you for letting me do this. It's she'ssorright.co, and it's actually cool and fun women's political apparel, not done on boxy men's t-shirts. I think you would look great in one of the tank tops, maybe the "But Daddy, I Miss His Mean Tweets" one, or "More Insecure Than the Border." So I'm happy to send some your way.
Yo, I want the tank top. Darius wants a tank top. He's a cross-dresser, so he'll actually.
Some puffy.
If you stop saying that, Darius,
For
you're
the
not saying.
trampoline
Stop
park.
that. Stop.
We can all
Okay.
go.
Okay. Now.
To the trampoline park, and She's So Right.
Yeah. Well,
and my dog is crashing your show.
Well, we love animals. Okay, this is the last tough question though, Natalie, and we got a little clip. We're not gonna be able to play the whole clip. Now, this is the one that's gonna get you in trouble. Okay, so your boss, Steve Bannon, he doesn't love me that much. He should. I've always been very nice to him. He doesn't love me that much. But I tried to ask him a question one time, and he got really mad at me. And I asked him about a time that he interviewed my I would say the biggest villain in the world, Jeffrey Epstein. And I tried to ask him about it, and he didn't want to answer. So have you ever heard about this documentary that Steve did with Jeffrey Epstein? Do you know anything about it? This is supposedly like some huge story, but I don't know if it's fake news or real news. So what's the inside scoop? Did your boss ever get to freaking go in the lion's den with the world's biggest pedophile?
No, I would say definitely not. And look, Steve does not hate you.
He doesn't? I don't know. I don't think he likes me. Him and his daughter, I think they get scared when they see me because they know I'm a freak.
Hey, it's better to be feared than loved.
Yeah, but I want Steve to like me. He's the most powerful guy in America. Tell Steve I'll do anything. Tell Steve that I love him. And I just, and like I said, I'm on his side. I don't think he's with Epstein doing crazy stuff, but he interviewed him, and that's my dream interview. So now I got to go to Epstein Island. And do you think Epstein?
You got to get banned on YouTube if you want to be in with Steve. And I'm sure he's glad that you don't come for his MyPillow promo code territory. So keep doing the Manscaped ad.
No, and everybody literally needs to go support Steve because he's been railroaded. They're trying to, lock him up. He spent, hundreds of thousands of dollars in legal bills for BS. I mean, they're just trumped up charges.
It's why he had to hire me.
Well, that was a good hire. No, seriously, Natalie, he needs a young woman, and you actually have good energy and good charisma, so you're going to be super successful. And everybody, go follow Natalie. What's your Instagram and all your social media real quick? Say that before you go.
For trampoline park content and so much more, you can go to Natalie G. Winters on all the platforms.
Natalie G. Winters! Darius, say something nice to her, not perverted.
You look great, and it seems like your inside matches your outside.
It does. She has the body of a Pilates instructor, but the mind of Hillary Clinton that doesn't worship Satan.
But don't worry,
right.
I guarantee I won't follow.
Look at that picture. You see that?
Yeah, I love
That's
it.
Pilates bodies all day long in D.C. in the swamp.
We love Pilates.
All right. Natalie, hope to talk to you again soon. Tell Steve we said hello. And
and can you DM me any trampoline videos?
Jimmy, you're married! Jimmy, actually, real quick. Jimmy, did you show what you're drinking out of right now?
It's a Manly Stanley.
He has a Stanley! Natalie, what do you think about a guy drinking a Stanley? And I sent him, no, but real quick, Natalie, I sent him to gay conversion therapy. He officially failed it now. He was doing good. What does that say if a man is drinking from a Manly Stanley?
I don't understand the obsession, and I would have to agree it is kind of gay.
Yes, you're gay, Jimmy. Natalie said it, so she's right. So
how about you send me somebody to Dallas to hang out with?
No, you're not. She can't even see you. All right, bye, Natalie. Get out of here. Yeah, thank you, Natalie.
Thank you.
And don't worry, I guarantee I won't message her.
Stop being weird to our guest. She's a connected woman, powerful woman.
Thank you.
Gosh, Darius, can you say something nice to Trump? She works for Trump's a confidant.
Well, there's nothing nice to say about him.
What did Trump do to you?
For me,
What did he do to you? He helped you out a lot.
He has a savage history, a savage and sadistic history.
Okay, Darius,
ever since he first came on the
I have sorry to
what?
Darius,
I want
sorry
to
to
get
interrupt
Darius's
you.
hot political take on Trump, though. I definitely want to get that.
If I did turn gay, it would be understandable. But I would be strictly a top.
Alex, I have to tell you something. Before the show, Darius pulled me aside and said he's a big Nikki Haley fan.
No, he's not a Nikki Haley.
Yeah,
Jimmy,
he loves Nikki Haley.
And Jimmy,
I'm not a fan of any of them.
This is your fault. We can't even break 1,000
Democrat,
viewers
nobody,
tonight because you ruined everything. You lost our streak of 1,000.
All of them are soulless.
I did.
Pieces of shit that are no.
We had how many? We had a month in a row of shows breaking 1,000 viewers, and we can't even get the chat rats to help us out. We got 15 minutes left, and the chat rats can't even help us out, Jimmy.
It was 4 shows in a row, but
in my mind, it felt like a month.
Yeah, that's a pretty good streak for us. But you know what? We're at 939. 61 more, and we still need to call. Are we calling that other guy?
Call Bryan. Yes, from Fishtank. Okay, so folks, big
we're
news here at The Blaze. Primetime Alex Stein is not only getting a new TV, but I'm going on America's favorite reality show, Fishtank, and I'm bringing some surprise guests. But before we get into all of that, and I tell you our plan for the show, I want to bring on a cast member that spent how long, Brandon? Nearly 2-3 weeks there?
Yeah, roughly.
roughly 3 weeks, and he was tortured. He was made to eat hot dogs until he puked. He was. Are you okay over there, Darius?
Yeah, just belching, you know.
You're just belching. Show Darius. What were you just doing?
I was just belching.
You know we're in the middle of a show.
Well, I know, understand that. It's just little
You just
acid
a
reflux.
little acid reflux. Okay, all right, I'll allow it. All right, so we have on one of those fish. Please welcome on Bryan. Bryan, welcome to the show, my man.
Hey, Alex, how you doing, man? Thanks for having me on.
So you were the star this season. I was really kind of sad to see you go. Did you expect to go? I mean, I know you were there. How long were you in the house? 22 days or something like that?
It was like 18 or 19 days. Yeah, about 18 or 19 days.
So you're in there almost 20 days. And then did you want to leave? Like, what was your mindset? Because, I don't know if you watched the first season. I was on it, and I think I was there 3 days. I wanted to get the hell out of there. So what was your experience like?
I basically got Stockholm Syndrome about a weekend, and I didn't want to leave. Like, I could have stayed there for a year. It definitely sucked leaving, but everything has been really nice since getting back home. It's been a lot more warmer of a welcome than I expected. So I think, and honestly, after seeing Frank Hassel being on there and all the piss throwing, and I think I got out at just the right time.
You got out at the right time. And also tell us about that. You had an event, Dunye, who's a regular guest on this show, who I know you actually picked him up at the beginning. You lifted his spirits. I know maybe y'all fought later, but there was a challenge where you smoked 60 cigarettes and you smoked 40 of the cigarettes. Tell us about this thing that you guys had to do, calisthenics. What was the challenge again? You had to smoke 60 cigarettes, eat 100 hot dogs, and then do calisthenics. Is that correct?
Yeah. The challenge was we had to smoke 60 cigs, eat 40 hot dogs, and then do 120 reps of CrossFit. And like we crushed the cigarettes because like I'm a chain smoker.
You were kicking ass, Bryan. You know how to smoke a cigarette, dude. You were a professional.
I was bundling up 8. Yeah, I took 8. We'll just bundle them up at a time, doing it like that. And then the hot dogs, when we started being able to do that, and they're like, "Oh, you have permission to throw up." I was like, "Oh, we got this. We got this."
Dude, that was the grossest thing ever, Bryan. I want you to keep talking, but dude, wait. You guys started eating hot dogs and then immediately started projectile vomiting. We can't even show it on YouTube. We don't get a strike. Dude, okay, so you smoke all the cigarettes. Dunye smokes hardly any. You're carrying the team. You go to the hot dog level of this challenge. So remember, guys, they're locked in a room. They're able to go to the next room where they got to eat the hot dogs. So you start eating hot dogs, and then what's going through your head right then when they say you got to eat all these dogs?
I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting to eat that many hot dogs. And the worst part about it was, like, they had just started boiling them like 5 minutes ago, so they were just cold and raw. Like, if they had been hot and like actually had condiments on them, it would have been easier. But that was.
So you're just eating raw glizzies, cold glizzies off the ground.
Raw glizzies.
Y'all had them on the ground, and
I was picking them up off the ground.
Who ate the most glizzies? Because Dunye was eating some, and then you were eating most of them, I think. But the girls, Taylor or Trish, I forget which one. One of the girls was eating a lot, I thought.
Trish went hard on them.
Yeah,
me and Trish ate the most dogs. Yeah. Makes sense, but she went hard on
Why does it make sense?
Yeah, why does it make sense? What is it? She likes big dick? Is that why she likes it?
Oh, yeah, she's a very talented woman.
Did you get? So Bryan, you're the one that got laid in the house, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, he's a man, Jimmy. This is a man.
Wait, question.
Play celebratory music. Play celebratory
question.
music.
So since there's cameras around, does that imply you have a sex tape?
Well, kind of. He was under a blanket, and it was low quality. Yeah. Let's let him explain.
The best part about that was we had like a makeout session in the closet that Cole cucked us out of by coming into the room. But then New Year's Eve, the bathroom was real, but it was like 5 a.m. at that point. So I don't know how many people clipped that one, but we just went into the bathroom, and then the day after they added bathroom cams. So I couldn't have timed that out better, honestly.
Wow. So is it weird that there's a clip of you online forever losing your virginity?
No, he didn't lose his virginity. He's not gay like you. And last year, Darius, there's a clip of him on the internet. He was drying off his penis. He didn't realize that they had dark. No, you guys type in Darius penis, and And he's wiping his penis all weird because he thought when the lights were out that he didn't realize they have the infrared cam so they can see at night. So, Bryan, you're kind of won the show, in my opinion. You're the first guy to fornicate in the fish tank. I don't know anybody else that has fornicated in the fish tank. I see, wait, Brandon. I see you back there. Brandon, he's a show aficionado. Has anybody ever fornicated in the tank?
No, I believe we have the first.
So we have the biggest badass with the most used dick ever in the history of fish tank.
He has the wettest dick in the history of fish tank.
Wow, everybody clap that up. Clap that up. Congratulations, Bryan. Okay, so what was your experience like with Sam? And then, this is my one complaint, and I have no complaints about this season, though. But the first season, nobody had any idea, right? They're like, what the hell is this? So this year, you kind of had some idea. So, do you think that helped or hurt you that they had done it before, because now you're going on season 2, you look, even though they made it different, you kind of knew what to expect. Did that help or hurt you, in your opinion?
That helped me, in my opinion. It was great to meet Sam. I've been watching his content for almost a decade now, so getting to meet him in an environment where you're getting to work with him, that was an absolute dream come true. It helped me. It helped me deal with everything really well. I knew what to expect out of the audience. I knew I was going to get just dunked on constantly by TTS. I knew I was going to get harassed and gaslit. So going in knowing that already, that's why nothing really affected me in there. That's why I never snapped or got actually angry. Nothing that happened in there bothered me because I knew oh, it's a show. The whole shtick of this is it's supposed to be a hell house. You're supposed the people pay to interact. For some reason, it really confused me how none of the other contestants thought that way. I'm if you guys have already all seen this, why are you taking any of this really seriously? Why are you guys not willing to be, more of a villain? Why are you guys having such a hard time wanting to scheme with me to screw over other people? That's the name of the game. For a lot of them, I feel it just became a fan out session where they're I can't believe I'm around Sam Hyde. I can't believe all this. I'm guys, there's $50K on the line. And we all have an advantage knowing how the show goes. I don't know why no one's playing that advantage.
And it's a reality show. That's just the basic of TV. You got to act goofy, do goofy stuff, scheme. People don't want you to just be to float along. But actually, I watch a lot of reality TV. Those are, sadly, it's funny how you have that mindset. I have that same mindset. I was on this show called The Glass House on ABC. It was Big Brother, and I was one of the first people to get kicked off because I went around causing drama, calling people gay and fat and all this stuff. But because the producers were gassing me up. No, Bryan, they're oh, good job. But then, of course, I get voted off it. But what's funny, in these freaking reality shows, the people, though, that kind of hide out in the middle, they do somehow make it to the end. So it's really, that's the most annoying thing about these shows. If you stay under the radar, you can kind of take it to the end. Okay, so now we know how the show works. They bring back the freeloaders. So what are the chances that you're going to be back in the house?
No one's been in contact with me yet about coming back on. If they do, I definitely will. I made the goal I wanted to when I got back home. I already made Twitch affiliate. That was the main concern. I want to get that taken care of. But now that that's taken care of, if they call me back, I'm going to hop on a plane the next 2 hours after those messages. So
yeah, and I bet they'll probably bring you back. So now we got to ask you about 2 people. First and foremost, my very good friend Charleston White. What was it like interacting with Charleston White in that house?
Oh man, that was insane. Because I've been watching Charleston White's stuff too for a long time. I'm really into hip hop and all that. So I came across Charleston a couple of years ago, and once I was upstairs and I heard the basement door opening, and then I heard that voice, and I was like, "You're kidding me! There's no way he's in here." And I come down there and I see all the chains, I see everything glistening, I see that glass eye poking out. I'm like, "It's really him!
Yep,
it's really him." He was hilarious in there. I kind of screwed over Shinji right off the bat.
Why? Because Shinji called him the N-word, or did you call him the N-word? What happened? Somebody called him the N-word?
No. Well, he doesn't play that gay stuff at all. No, he doesn't play that at all. And I try to explain that to them. I was like, hey, the one thing you guys need to be sure about, this guy did 25 years in prison. I know gay stuff's funny to guys like us, but after 25 years in prison, gay stuff's not funny anymore. And so I was trying to hype Shinji up when I introduced him to him. I was like, hey, Shinji's a porn star over in Japan. This guy gets it in. And Shinji immediately just goes, do you want to touch my penis?
To Charleston? He said, you want to touch my dick to Charleston? Oh, gosh. Yeah. I didn't see it. I've been watching the clips. I didn't see that. What did Charleston do? Did he punch him or did he yell at him?
He just freaked out. He started calling him Jap Dick the whole time and all sorts of crazy stuff. He did not let up on him the whole time. He was on his ass the rest of the show after that.
Well, you did good setting up Shinji like that. Okay, now what do you think about our boy Dunye, the freeloader? That dude, I was talking to some of the crew. I don't want to tell which people in the production, and they were like, "Oh yeah, we're happy that you sent Dunye, but we thought that he would have quit by now." They want him to quit, and Dunye will not leave. He will not leave the house. Will he ever leave? Why is he thriving so much, Bryan?
Dunye feeds off, like, honestly, like, even though me and him butted heads on the show, like, I actually really like Dunye.
Yeah.
He's really funny, and he's stubborn, and he's resilient, which is, like, you cannot have a better combo of a person on a show like that. Like, if he was eligible for the 50K, like, he wins.
He'd win! I know! That's why they had to have some sort of, like, consolation prize. If not, I'm going to give him a consolation prize because he was just he's so damn funny. But no, I really liked your drama on the show. You did a great job. You should be proud because seriously, I know in your mind you're like, oh, I want to get to the end and I want to win. Everybody wants to win, but there's how many people got in the house? 11. There's going to be 10 losers. Like that's just how it works. There's only one Super Bowl winner. It sucks. It's just how the cookie crumbles. But I'm telling you, Bryan, you created some of the best content in the house. And if I thought you sucked in the house, I'd be like, Bryan, you sucked. You were very funny. I know Sam liked you. I know that crew liked you. So I think you should hold your head up high. And honestly, how old are you, Bryan?
27.
That's what I'm saying. You're still a young guy. You should start creating content. I'm telling you, in the next couple of years, you're really going to be able to blow up with the help of people like Sam and connecting. Not that I'm going to make you super famous, but now you've opened up a lot of doors. You put in the legwork. You start streaming on Twitch. I know Josie won the show, but her channel's blown up. And you can do the same thing with the IRL streaming and just doing, a stream. Just like when I started off, now I have a show at The Blaze. I'm doing really well. But for a year, I streamed every day with 10 viewers, 11 viewers, then it got to 100 viewers. Then it gets to 1,000 viewers. So you just have to build up to it. I know you got the work ethic. So do not stop working hard. Do not beat yourself up because obviously you wanted to win. That didn't happen. So now you just got to freaking, try to move on and not cry about spilt milk. So what's going on? How can they find you and how can they shout you out and get in contact with you before you go?
Absolutely. The Twitter is Tony Simprano, Simprano. That's the Twitter. The Twitch is Tony Simprano 88. Did not think about the number I added on there. That was my college football number, and everyone was like, "Oh, 88 has a correlation to it." And I was like, "Oh,
what is 88? The infinity? What is it?
Michael Irvin stabbing someone?
What is it? Some anti-Israel thing or something? Yeah, 88. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I totally forgot.
Wait, Bryan, where'd you play in college?
I won't say the school, but I played in a small school over in Kansas for a year, and then after getting pancaked by Samoans for a year, I was just like, yeah.
Me too, Bryan. I got my ass kicked at University of South Florida my freshman year, and I quit, dude. I got my ass kicked.
Yeah, it's just.
But Jimmy's gay ass, he went to Princeton where they play flag football basically, and he played all 5 years. And you would think that he's Marshawn Lynch over there, the way he talks about his football stuff. So is there something you want to say to him, Jimmy?
If I guess the school, will you say yes?
No. We don't
Pittsburgh State.
No.
No, okay. It was the last chance you.
No.
Oh, you hesitated. It's that one.
Okay,
Coach Jason Brown.
Last chance. Brandon and I are going into the tank tomorrow. We're announcing tomorrow we're going to be doing a live show. This show tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Eastern time from the tank. I'm bringing Bryan. I'm bringing Brandon. Sorry, I'm looking at you, Bryan. But give us some advice for like what we should do in the tank. Like we're going to interview the people. We're going to be live on my show inside there. I'm bringing my live view and my camera crew. So
that's awesome.
Give us some advice. What should we do to the people inside the house?
Flirt with Trish until she's uncomfortable. That's a good move.
If Frank is
still there,
write that down.
Yeah, if Frank is still there, try to out-hassle him.
Oh gosh, no, he's gonna kick my ass.
I mean, good luck with that. I mean, I don't know anyone who can. That guy's a legitimate professional at that.
Yeah.
Dunye will be able to give you a lot of insight for sure. The main thing is just like ignore TTS. Like just don't care about what anyone has to say. And then since you're not there to like win the 50K, just like mess with those people as hard as you possibly can.
Who do you want me to pick on the most? You're my boy, Bryan. Who do you want me to pick on the most? I'll do it for you.
Get TJ. Get
up. TJ got caught looking at weird horse anime drawings and stuff. So we're gonna bring that up.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
get up and I'm on that for sure.
So we're going to be hitting that up. That'll be the first question we ask him. Okay, we're almost out of time. Bryan, thank you for coming on, man. We'll stay in touch. Anything I can do to help you. And like I said, keep streaming, keep grinding, start creating some content. And I'm telling you, before you know it, a year or two, you're going to blow up. All right, dude? So keep up the good work.
Appreciate it, man. Means the world for real. Thank you.
Peace. All right, folks.
Caption contest winner.
Who won?
All right, let's bring up the caption contest. Number 3 won. I don't like that.
Yeah, I like that one. That is the metaphor. And Jimmy, so we do the freestyle finale. Will you come on set and start cleaning this up?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay. All right, DJ, it's the end of the show. Hit that freestyle finale. Come on. Hurry, dear. Hurry, clean. Get the trash can. Jimmy, get the trash can. Put the shit up. My set looks like a dump. Pick it up. Put it in the trash. I don't give a shit. You can kiss my ass. You messed up the show. You had to make us go to another story. Cause you're causing drama about my baby mama. Eric July. Why do you lie? Ethan Van Sciver gonna make you unaliver when he sees you in person. I'ma be flirting. Your dick will be hurting. Clean up faster. I'm going to give you my blaster. I'm primetime double 99. All right, Jimmy, clean this crap up. Jimmy, clean it up. We're gonna be live from Rhode Island tomorrow, coming to you from the Fishtank house. So if you're ready to see some craziness tomorrow night, tap in, bitches, because things are about to get wicked, wild, wild west, just like Will Smith says, bitches.